Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to one and all. It is a snowy day out here on the farm. Welcome back to the New Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to a farm from scratch. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you are a returning member, welcome back to you as well. It's great to have you all here and to enjoy the fun and the shenanigans that tend to go on when it comes to me. That being said, I hope you're all having a safe, wonderful, and successful week this week so far. We had a little power outage before I started recording this morning, but it was minor. Power came back on. We had some issues with the wind, so hopefully that'll hold off until I get all my recording done today. That being said, if you remember in the last episode, we cut the grass over here around our equipment shed. We cut down the trees too, and I took care of those already. Took those to the store off camera, like I said I was going to do. And today, my friends, we are going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and grab the grass. And we're going to get that off here so that we can start doing our thing. Now, I did discover in my off-camera world, the grass that we have cut will actually grow over time. So, apparently, they fixed that and I did not know about it. So that being said, let's go ahead and get the grass up around the equipment shed, and we will get to the next part. So that being said, let's go ahead and grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our egg McMuffins, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, egg croissants, whatever it might be from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and let's get cracking. And before I forget, all usual disclaimers are in the description of the video. Get the tractor started here. I got myself a nice hot cup of coffee. It is, well, we're supposed to get a couple of rain showers passing through this morning, so don't have my windows open. It's a little chilly out there with the wind. That's okay. Alright, let's see. Let's lower. Let's do this. Well, get ourselves nice and lined up here. Do you know how our tractor is? Okay, and we'll do that, and let's get to it. Let's get her done. Hey, I didn't tell you to overturn, tractor. Maybe if Mr. Tractor actually listened to me and do what I say, we'd be better off. Anyway, just saying. Okay. He's feeling, I just wanted to be sure. So we're getting a little bit of snow in the game right now. We'll get all this up. So I did discover the grass does actually grow back. So that's good to know. And I discovered that in my off-camera gameplay. I have an off-camera version of this. I have an off-camera game of the save of the game too, so of this map. And that's where I discovered that. So the default grass does actually grow. Just good to know. And I already have some chickens in that save, and they're doing really well. Two female and two male chicks. They will eat wheat, so that's good to know. We'll be able to do that over here too. So we get the wheat going. So that's why I like to have a save of the game, an off-camera save, so that I can play the off-camera save in my free time. Because it kind of does help me prepare for what I want to do during the episodes, recorded episodes anyway. That's just a brush. To say, please tell me I don't have to cut another tree. I have to, I will. But I'd prefer not to. But I think we're going to be okay. There we go. So eventually, now I know some of you also have heard about the change of leadership at Discord. I honestly don't know what to make of it. I think it's I think it's probably not the best change, considering where the new CEO is from. But it's not my decision to make. You never know. But it's pretty clear these folks like the microtransactions idea, and it doesn't always work too well. So I think Discord's going to be in for some changes that a lot of people are not going to like. Alright. Let's take this load up. But hey, it is what it is. I don't agree with it, but you know, what do I don't have really much say in that. All I can tell you is when Unity Technologies tried to hire the CEO of Activision Blizzard when he left Activision Blizzard, that did not work out so well. So I don't know that this particular person that Discord has hired was not the CEO of Activision Blizzard, but he was an executive. So we'll see how it all works out. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't worry too much, at least in the short term. Take a sip of coffee there. Usually when changes like that happen, nothing really changes in the short term. The immediate short term, anyway. And that's usually because it'll take the incoming leadership time to get acquainted and with everybody there, so... Yeah, also, I discovered in my off-camera save of this map, the years will change in about June. So, and you cannot harvest the wheat until September. Or you can't plant the wheat until September. So, that's okay. We still got plenty of time. There's a store up ahead. So before I get asked, I know there's some of you probably watching that watch the farming series, that watch the space engineer series on the channel. There is a new DLC for that just dropped. It actually dropped yesterday. So you'll probably see this week's episode of the series without the new DLC. But next week's episode should have it. Just so that those folks know. And I'll make sure to mention that in the Space Engineers episode too. sell off this load of grass. $1,267. That's not bad. Go get another load. So that's actually pretty good. All right. I do look forward to playing the this on this map and the Farming Simulator 25 version of the game. I'll bet it's gonna look really good. We'll go this way. We'll go this way just because we know it's over here. Lower that, turn that on. Don't. So, I was talking with one of my neighbors, and they became a grandfather. So, I won't say their name or anything to protect confidentiality, but to protect them, but I want to congratulate them. Being a grandfather is a cool thing. And you get to spoil the grandkids with candy and all that good stuff. So congratulations to them, and I wish them and their family well, and welcome the new youngster to the world. Alright. Now we are going to have to put in a grain silo at some point to store the wheat. To store grain. So we are going to have to think about that. I already know where we're going to put it, so... we'll put it over by our hayloft. Make that our grain and bale storage area, I guess. We can put a bigger field in over there too. Getting close to the edge of the barn on this one now. Don't want it to do that. Man, the steering on this thing is so sensitive. So, we are getting there though. We are getting there. Let's try to do this edging here while we can. There we go. That way we don't accidentally hit the barn. So. Over here and grab this little piece. Where is it? Right here. And because I already know that's going to be half, it's already pretty much a full load, we'll go ahead and we'll take this over. That should get us up over 82 grand. Yeah, letting up a little bit. That's good. When we get back from delivering this load of grass, I'll show you my plan, what I'm thinking for where we can put the silo and the new field. Suppose we could put that firewood thing in, because then that could actually help us improve our balance a little bit. Maybe that's something we'll do today. It would actually help increase the balance, that's for sure. Okay, here we are. I was right. That gets us over 82 grand. Let's go back to the farm. So that's good. And we are going to have to remove some of those trees anyway, so, yeah, putting in a firewood thing may not be a bad idea. It'll give us, it'll let us make money off those trees. Rather than me having to lug and take the logs up to the selling point all the time. Take the tractor over here. It is a very beautiful map. I will say that. I like the Carpathian Farm map too. I really do. And I kind of hope it shows up in Farming Simulator 25. I don't know if it has or not. There are a lot of maps that could have been in Farming Simulator 22, but properly, but never really made it, which I think are too bad, like the County Lines map from Farming Simulator 19. And one of these days, I will do an episode of Farming Simulator 19 so you guys can see what I'm talking about. With the County Lines map, if you haven't already seen that map. Some of you probably already have, and that's really cool. But I like that map. I wish it would have been in Farming Simulator 22 proper. I hope somebody can bring it back for Farming Simulator 25. But if not, well, that's okay, I guess. You would have a big fan in me if you did, if it was possible. I don't know what happened to the original creator of that map, so. And some permissions would need to be given there. Legally. So. It may not be possible without that, but. Okay, I think we're going to be able to get this. Bet on it, that pipe first. What am I caught on now? So, yeah, it would be nice if that was possible, but I understand if it's not, so. It would just be a shame. I actually wouldn't mind if someone came out with a 16 times 16x version of the Hazard County map. From, you know, Hazard County from the old Dukes of Hazzard TV show there. 1980s and 90s. Yes, I'm showing my age. I know. That was a good show. If you've never seen it, I encourage you to go back and watch it. Sad thing is there was a lot of good TV shows in the 80s and 90s. Still some in the early 2000s too. We got the back part of got this back area done. Now we're doing one of the sides. There we go. There we go. Almost got a full load again. That's good though. We're gonna make a lot of money off this grass. Okay. Before we do that, let me see how much that firewood thing is. Construction doodad. Farming, let's see, factories. Firewood. There's right there. That's only 40 grand. Yeah, 40,000. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll put this in real quick. That's if I'm going the right way. Yeah, okay. Knew I was going the wrong way. And we already have our sheep pen, as you know. We'll put our fire. We'll put our fire thingamabob right here. Just like that. Okay. Alright. Yes, we spent 40 grand, but now we have a fire thingamabob. We have firewood thing. We can make firewood and we can sell it. That'll actually help bring in money. So I take that as a good thing. And it really won't take us long once we get that thing, the firewood thing filled up. It won't take all that long to recover the 40 grand. So, you know, I think the investment's going to be worth it. I am going to need a chainsaw, aren't I? Oh, yeah, I think I already got one. Yeah, I do. Okay, we already have a chainsaw, so when we get back to the barn, back to the farm, I'll show you where I'm thinking of putting the next field and the silo. The silo is going to cost us some money. We'll have to see how much the silo is going to cost too. I can't remember the price off the top of my head. Okay, still got a trailer. Still got some things up here. Okay. Unload this. Okay, and that still gets us back over 43,000. So we've earned 1,281. So yeah, we're already earning money on it. All right, we'll go back to the back to the farm here. So I'd say we're making progress. We're doing good. It's always a slow grind at the beginning. But I don't necessarily mind that it's a slow grind, if I'm being honest. Alright, so let me show you what I'm thinking here. As we are getting close to the end here. Block things so I can take care of that. Alright, so let me show you real quick what I'm thinking. See how much those silos are first. Let me see, find the one I got for my off-camera save of the game. Where is it? There's the hayloft. Okay, so we're gonna need at least 110 grand. If we can get up to 150 grand, that's fine. Okay. So, what I'm thinking, these trees will come down, but we'll put the silo right here next to the hayloft. And we'll have a little road going up back here to other fields there, and we'll put the field on this side. So, essentially what would happen is this tree would come down. That tree would come down. Get rid of the stump. This tree can come down too. And let's see, where's the other one? Alright, I can take care of that. Let's take these, let's get rid of this tree. We'll put these trees in our new firewood production. So you don't need to go up to the sell point. Because we are going to have to start filling that up. Okay, that's one. And this will actually be a good idea because then we can start making firewood by the next episode. We're going to have to cut some more trees down, but we're going to be cutting. I think we're going to be doing some cutting anyway. So this will be a good time to make it. If you know what I mean. So I think this will be a good way to do it, and then, you know, it'll give us a bigger field too. Like I said, once we get the firewood selling, it's not really going to take long to get us to 150 grand so that we can buy our silo. So, and we'll get actually further than that, because we are still going to need a combine harvester so that we can harvest our crop over here. Sweet. Yeah. So we're still going to need to be able to harvest the wheat and all that. So, And remember, we haven't bought the combine harvester yet, so. And technically, I suppose if we wanted to, now that we got the firewood thing, once we get this going, I suppose technically we could lease the combine harvester, but that's that's something to think about. That's an expense I really don't want to have to pay. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to make it so that we're not just leasing everything. Because that's not going to make things fun or relaxing. That would be too much work. Okay, grab this tree here. Or did that do fall the wrong way? Yeah, it did. Okay. $106 1,060 liters of wood in there so that we can. That's a good start. And those are smaller trees, so I'm actually not surprised by that. I want to try to save those trees on the top of that little hill there if I can. Okay. Alright, there we go. That will be ready to go. Now, it's not producing firewood just yet. It's because we still got to top it up. Okay. Trying to figure out if that's a bush or if that's a tree. Looks like... Alright, that looks like a bush. Alright, let's clean up this side here. But that's what I'm thinking anyway. So hopefully that'll make some sense. We'll just clean this up real quick. Or at least this side of the barn. I might do the other side off camera so we can start our next project. I think the next project for us is going to be getting our firewood processor loaded up. So that it can start making us some money. So I'll probably do the rest of this taking the grass up off camera, and then we don't have to sit through that in the next episode. To be honest, it is kind of getting boring. But hey, gotta make money, right? We're almost done clearing up this side of the barn, so... The equipment shed, rather. There we go. We're getting there. Let's get this all cleaned up. Now, I may advance the day because I'll have to, but we'll see. But anyway, I will probably do the other side, pick up the rest of this grass off camera, just because I'm getting bored doing it myself. And if I'm getting bored, I know you guys are getting bored seeing it every episode. So, I will save you that boredom. Okay, let's just get the rest of this up. Not much more to go. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and we will leave it there. I will do the rest. I will pick up the rest of this grass off camera so that you guys don't have to sit through that. And in the next episode, we'll go ahead and get our firewood processing center loaded so that we can start processing firewood and making a little bit of money that way. So that way we're not always strapped for cash. But I hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon to let yourself know when the next video comes out. And be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet boa constrictor. Although why you'd want a pet snake, I really don't know. But hey, that is your choice. By sharing the link to the channel with others, it does help the channel grow, and it helps our wonderful community grow as well. And if you are in a location that a country or jurisdiction that has elections coming up, please be sure to get out there and vote. Because if you are legally allowed to vote in your jurisdiction, that is one way you can express your voice. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode of A Farm from Scratch, right here on the New Galaxy Gamers channel. Happy gaming!